as all the settings, and thank you for the field of view being done. We head in. One thing I want to say, oh, Monty Man. Okay, before we actually get to this, I really want to thank everybody's very positive reaction on the intro video we had for Monday night, the little April Fool's thing. I've heard that people are very happy that we did that, and I hope that in the future we can produce more funny stuff like that for everybody's enjoyment. So thank you very much, and for all the positive messages you've sent us personally, or the things that you've sent directly to the ESL Rainbow Six social media. Thank you very much. With that said, Monty, Nomad, first two bans, Mira, probably Echo at the end, if we're being honest here.
Yeah, if things follow the trend, I could see a Valkyrie as well, given how much Ladam. No, a Maestro.
Well, if it were any other region, we're like, yeah, it's probably Maestro or, you know, or Echo and Mira. And, well, here you go. Mirroring other regions.
So it'll be Pain starting on the attacking side on Coastline, and Immortals starting on the defensive side. Really interested to see what kind of, I guess, cracking open of the war chest of strategies you have here. If you're Pain, we talked about their position in the standings and their performances as of late. Right now, it's self-preservation mode for Pain. It is get out of that auto-relegation spot and do it by any means necessary. A couple of 6-picks coming out for Pain and Immortals. Someone on Pain changed their name?
Yeah, actually, I have an update from our admin literally now. Norden will be playing on Pain Gaming, not Gabrielos.
Okay.
So
I was going to say, someone's missing and I don't recognize Norden.
Yeah, so it's Mr. Alton Neto. Welcome. Welcome. Bom dia. Welcome to the team. Welcome to the match. Hopefully, this doesn't actually make things a bit more difficult for Pain. More painful for them for this matchup. Because Immortals will be giving them no quarters, given the fact that Immortals' victories over the next 2-3 weeks are going to be essential for them to guarantee their spot for Milan.
I'm surprised that for Pain, the move they decided to make was Gabrielos. We've seen him have some pretty decent rounds. He was playing in an anchor position, and it looks like Norden will also be facilitating a little bit of a flex and anchor role here. He's picked up a Dokkaebi, picking over from a Glaz, so that tells me he's going to be at the backside of the push, dictating when a plant attempt will come out. Typical to the role that Gabrielos was trying to facilitate. FK1 having some difficulty with a default camera.
It's the C8, man. Like, just blame it on the C8.
You've got Navi's inside of Office consistently being droned out. Finally, dispatch of that drone and wait for the ingress. Here, a beautiful shot on the pixel angle to drop FK1. Whoa! And another one for Navi's. We're starting off with fireworks on the side of Immortals. GCR and FK1 go down. Navi's not even losing half of his HP, and it's a beautiful start for Immortals. And for Pain, like I said, trying to salvage their spot in Pro League. Not the most pleasant beginning.
Oh my god, this is Latin America in a nutshell. It's similar to APAC. I said it before, I'll say it again. The real fraggers are the people that play the Valkyrie. It's pretty crazy when everybody else in every other region complains about the damage. We're like, just shoot their heads, lol. And that's basically what you just saw from Navi's. Absolutely insane. Bullet even getting a bit more ballsy, getting up to the window, watching from the tarp. There's nobody there. Revolts just has no idea what to do. They can go for the calls, but it's not like they can find anybody from Immortals. Cyber's down here. Norden should be able to find him. But Cyber can just peek around at the instant he has any sort of info on this, and PX can support from above. The call is going to come out. Norden won't give chase. He'll just give himself a wider angle to kind of shoot down, but nobody will peek out into it. Are there any holes that have been pre-open for the defense to play? No. But there's no buck. They need to put the Zofia in this position to kill anybody behind the bar.
Yeah, this point you got to be displacing some anchors and pushing them out of con-place positions, but not really any progression from Pain in that department. You've got spawns now outside of the hookah balcony, taking some fire now. Some response in turn, but not going to land on Bullet as he'll safely duck away into the corner of hookah. He's got an ADS as well to stop at any of those concussion mines and the lifeline soaring in and disorienting him. It's a good spot to be in for Bullet, and again, some more stalling from Pain as they haven't really made much progression anywhere. You see Spawn's doing a whole entire lap now. He's gone up to the hookah balcony, vaulted off, and gone back to Sunrise, same position he was a minute ago.
Yeah, they'll find Cyber. There's something from Norden for Norden to get And a quick peek from the Bandit and just push him away. And they just mosey on back down to the bar. And it's not time for a drink, if you ask me. But there's these concussion mines that Spawns can use, but actually is unable to. Just because of the position and the yokai. There we go. He'll go around for it. The ADS will catch one of them. There's just no way for him to fight this one. He actually gets the kill on Bullet. Novi's will find one. So little time left, and Spawns is being tagged all the time. Novi's with the finisher. Spawns shot from the side, and here we go. The Deagle in the head. Novi's with the 4K at the round, and that beautiful start from the Valkyrie. I actually really like the setup as well, that they have to play against 90 and from it against Hookah.
It was a good setup there from Immortals, and really for Pain, just getting ahead of themselves there. They droned out Navi's inside of office, but there wasn't a pinch from multiple angles. You just saw the both of them stacking outside of that office door. That's a little questionable from Pain. You probably want to position your players in an instance that you can pinch from multiple sides and make sure that Navi's has to continuously reorient himself on multiple angles as compared to just stacking on the same doorway on that initial push. But it's Immortals. It's the #1 team in Latin America currently, and they're looking to make a statement here with this game as well and continue their winning ways of the season. They will now rotate over from Hookah and Billiards after being successful, and they'll head to Kitchen.
All right. So what will be the change here? None, actually, is Pain's answer. And honestly, I tend to agree. The change is just a mindset and a strategy one instead of just being a more, oh, we brought the wrong operators for it. Maybe this wouldn't have worked otherwise for Immortals, but we'll see. Actually, Novi's with an ace.
I didn't even clock that. I thought it was only 4.
We clocked the 4.
Yeah. The first 2 and the last 2.
What if, crazy thought, we had that displayed next to their names with a skull in red that shows how many kills they've gotten so far? Now, I'm no master of user interfaces, but that'd be nice. With that said, Revolts would continue on to drone and make sure that there's nobody here to peek against them, which is, if you ask me, a very sound plan. Indeed.
So in this round here, if you're Pain, you gotta, like you said, you gotta readdress your clear. You gotta readjust your positioning. The gathering of the information was actually pretty good. You knew where Navi's was. There wasn't anyone else lurking in behind. You used the phone calls to clear out Cyber from CC hallway. It was a good push up until the point that everyone actually tried to push into office, and the Navi's kept knocking him down like dominoes. So for GCR here on the Jackal, his objective most likely to be to find some footprints and isolate and locate anyone doing some damage on the far side of the map. But we hear a Yokai Blast ring out, as that's M-King just being a constant nuisance with the 2 drones that he has at his disposal. Navi's will get droned out at 90, and he's holding down the angle of it again. A very tight angle with a holographic, just alternate weapon this time around, the UMP instead of the MPX, and he's waiting for more targets to find. He cleaned up all 5 last time. A quick peek to assess the position of GCR. Pre-fires in return, but none will land onto any portion of the hitbox of Navi's, and he'll look to turn back.
So smart from Navi's to only peek the tiny angle that he has and not anything more to make sure he doesn't overexpose his body, and waiting for reinforcements, and that's what he needs. The Yokai drone of M-King to come in and support him and give him constant information on anybody passing through 90. Navi's is happy in the meantime just because he has the Jaeger to protect his flank, and that allows him so much room to maneuver. PX taking a bit of damage here downstairs as the call comes in from the Dokkaebi, but FK1 is tagged pretty low, probably receiving a shotgun shell to the head. Well, just a bit of work done with the Dokkaebi, but you see Norden can't actually move too far away. The second call will come out, but PX is ready for the smoke. No damage to be done by Norden for 2 Norden. He actually goes for the plant right in the middle. And I'm not sure if Immortals will even just fire down the middle of the room. Oh, they're right next to him. There we go. Norden's going to get dropped. Spawns with a pre-fire onto Cyber. He'll find 1. Revolts with a refrag. There'll be a pick from the Zofia outside. Yes, there will be. M-King with a fire. He finds the headshot. It's all up to GCR and FK1, but they line up for GCR. He finds 1 kill, and FK1 is going to be able to drop off the shotgun pre-fire with the skeleton key, but he has so little HP. M-King has just a bit more time and is waiting the smoke to support him in this one. Goes in for the peek. GCR with the kill, but M-King still can go for the defuse. No time left as he'll go for the peek. M-King does it. Is he going to have enough time? That should be more than enough time to get it done. And M-King, out of nowhere, the Echo will clutch the round, and Immortals to put the second one on the board. Absolutely insane performance from the team on one of the hardest sites to retake.
That's rough. If you're Pain, that's a tough one to lose. So they get the plant down, and honestly, if you're Pain there, that was just a scrappy identification of, oh my god, we cannot clear up the top floor. We're stalling, we're stalling, we're stalling, we're hitting a brick wall. Okay, complete flip, rotate, get the service door, smokes down, plant. They get the plant down by the grace of God. Honestly, in that smoke, M-King just a nanosecond late on the kill onto Norden. Man, that looked like it was a perfect post-plant situation because Pain kept killing time. There were multiple defuse attempts on the diffuser, or counter diffuse, or what the hell you want to classify it as. The terminology in this game does not always make sense. But you had the defenders with control around the diffuser, but if you're Pain that you keep wasting time, honestly, that lineup for GCR in the main lobby,
oh my god,
that could have been
if he had gotten those 2 kills. It's just the fact, if he gotten the 2, then the smoke would have been a non-issue, and you could just hold the angle from the from outside of the bathroom, from the main lobby. But because you didn't, now you have to worry about him, and you don't want to get up close to a shotgun, and you have no time to set up any sort of cameras for the end. I mean, the Zofia losing that gunfight against the Echo, the final few bullets in the magazine for M-King hitting. I think, and please correct me if I'm mistaken, this kind of shows you why a lot of teams in Latin America love banning the Echo instead of the Maestro. But I want to say this on the other side. Imagine if M-King had the Alda.
Yeah, probably would have gone the same way. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
That was, I mean, the one fight he did get against FK1 outside of Service Door with the Bearing 9.
Sure. But high rate of fire in the Alda.
Yeah, high rate of fire. Would have had to hip fire at that range with the ACOG, though. So could have gone different ways. We're into absolute anarchy of hypotheticals here. It's Immortals coming away with 2 consecutive rounds. Checking out his own headgear.
Thank you. That is actually a pretty sweet headgear. I bought one of them. I think it's the Thatcher one that had, like, it's almost as if he had gone to the optometrist and forgotten the phoropter on his head. I had to do it. It's, like, legally required. There you go. Double bar defense now with the attack actually from Pain coming in from the opposite end of the map through Kitchen, but it's only a fake. So now they're going to rotate away, but this is just to keep pressure on Immortals. The hatch being open will allow PX to get any reinforcements from the top as he requires. So that's a pretty good spot to be in, but clearing the top might be a bit difficult with Cyber in there and with the support of the smoke down.
We saw a little bit of this on Monday on Coastline as well on the side of Evil Geniuses and their game against Rise, which was just a pure inability to make progressions inside the map and constantly just stalling out outside of the building and never really making a push in a timely fashion. And it seems like Pain are struggling as well with their ability to clear the map out of roamers. Immortals, their members of the team off-site have never really been pushed, and you can see it again. No one from Pain making the first move. They're waiting for Immortals to get aggressive, and Immortals are playing the patience game perfectly. We now hit the final moment, or the final minute in the round. The phone calls ring out. This looks like it's going to be another conversion to just a pure site push for Pain with no map control. This could be an easy retake for Immortals.
This is when this harkens back to quite a few situations where you kind of think that just by acting cool and close to your crush, she or he will respond to you and just go out with you. Not going to be the case here. It's the same thing. You have to make the first move, or it's not going to work out. And in this case, Pain are just going to opt to stay away. And it's so bad, even the stream is like, we're going to need more data for this. So, in the meantime, Bullet and the rest of Immortals just kind of wandering around, and you're giving Immortals so much space to move around. Oh, no! Cyber, way too greedy. He'll get one kill. Well, he'll get taken away. Revolt's actually going in for the plant. The smoke will push ZTR back. Norden will find the one kill on PX. C4 missing, but more damage done from Norden. Novice will come in at least end one, but it's a double kill from Spawns and GCR. M-King all on his own with so little time. He's the Echo. He peeks it around on the corner. Can he get the final kill? He fires back. The diffuser's still being planted, but no! M-King taken away by FK1. 2 clutches in a row is just too much for Pain, and they'll put up the second round. And Rob, what just happened?
Oh, that looked doable again for M-King. I think if he gets that second kill onto the IQ and immediately hits the deck behind the bar, just immediately slaps his prone key out of existence, hops on the Echo drone and stops the plant again, I think he wins that. Because I think at that point, you get off the drone again, you pull out the bearing 9, you're prone behind the Sunrise bar, they have to push you, because the Echo drones are going to continue stalling plant into eternity. Oh man, that looked doable for M-King. I was ready to see another highlight reel play, but good job there from Payne, at least in the fray of absolute chaos inside of the objective. They finally made a push. They went in, they cleared out a lot of the anchors, and they won their gunfights in necessary positions. It got scary there for a second because they disregarded Navi's in behind that cubby inside of Sunrise, and then he was able to down Norden. But thankfully, you know, you have the IQ and the Zofia both standing pat watching, and they come away with a win again in a round where they don't make a move until the last 30 seconds. They don't make any progress elsewhere on the map. They have 0 map control. But Sunrise is one of those sites where you can kind of get away with it. The jump out there from Cyber definitely didn't help things, just jumping into the Claymore.
That's just very greedy. That's just... There was no time left for, like, you know what, I'm just going to go, and maybe you shouldn't have. Because he wasn't sure about where the Claymore was, didn't spot anything. You're looking to just fire into it very quickly. But unfortunately, he couldn't get the shots done. And, well, in the meantime, continue. Yeah, why do things to yourself when robots can do it better? It's a very good point, Mr. Echo. If only the... those bots could have saved you in the previous round. I actually am not sure how many Yokai Blast was still available.
Me neither, actually. You could have used both on the first one that was watching plant. The second one, I think, was in the door frame. We only saw a glimpse of it for maybe a second.
Yeah.
The second Echo drone. And that was what he used to spot Spawn's Zofia right in front of him.
Yep.
So, not really sure how many Yokai Blasts were left, unfortunately. So it could have been a scenario where M-King had to stand and fight.
It would make sense, obviously.
It would.
Had Novi's gotten the kill on the Zofia, the round would have been a bit different.
Very different.
However, in that position where you're just kind of peeking around, the Zofia had pre-aimed at the one location that you're entering from. It was good communication from Payne. That was very much needed, and I'm glad that they were able to do that. We're not always fans of seeing runaway matches, that's for sure. All right, M-King to go back on his drone. And just relocate and set it up in a different position, up in 90. FK1 just waiting for info to kind of move in. C4 is going to get pre-ripped here, but nothing really to stop FK1. Just enters the kitchen, stays there, and then exits the way. The Yokai drone even giving away its position as M-King is able to very efficiently actually conserve the drone without losing it. And Payne Gaming are going to try to push in from the top floor. They have that advantage of the glass. So plant on the doorway, Hookah, is pretty defendable. But what you're looking for from Immortals' side is if we can stop them from planting at all, this round is looking pretty good our way.
So Bullet will collect the first kill through these punch holes.
And that's the class!
So there goes your advantage. Bye-bye. You still have smokes on Norden, thank the Lord, but you've lost your glass, your ability to see through the smokes. GCR will fall, and it's once again another brilliant start here for Immortals, and it seems to be just an amassing of bodies outside of VIP and inside of VIP for Payne. Cyber attempting to go for a flank in behind as the smokes will ring out, and here come the Toxic Babes to try and slow any progression from Payne out. More smoke on either side of the board coming out into this hallway. It's causing a logjam, but Revolt outside the Hookah balcony will clean up. Bullet inside of Hookah, eliminating the purview inside of the bomb site. And here the Yokai Blast ringing out. The shotgun will miss, but finally will connect onto PX and taking down Norden. FK1 will trade out, and now it's down to a 2v2. Spawns removing Cyber, and now Spawns is down in the middle of the hallway. Revolt collects the kill onto M-King. It's down to the 1v1. And now Revolt's on 70 HP. It looks like Spawns has revived himself in the hallway, so it's suddenly gone from a 1v2. And now the plant going down from Spawns. As he vaults over the hole, though, PX will take down Revolt, and now Spawns on 5 HP, trying to drop the plant down in behind Hookah, flanking the hallway on his backside, and PX will clutch it out. Spawns will fall. 5 HP remaining on PX as well. The Withstand, nearly the culprit on that round, and Immortals losing it, but they come away with the clutch at the end. Payne drop another one.
And you know what really drives me up the wall? The fact that the Dokkaebi had the diffuser in the hallway. The diffuser was dropped in 90. and it wasn't set to go in from the hookah door, even though all of your pressure came from 90. So it's your distraction. You're trying to ferry through all the fire and flames the diffuser to the site across the hall when it's being held from 3 different angles.
For that one, I think that's positioning, because Norden has been taking the diffuser every time, and he's been the catalyst for when a plant comes out. But I think you're right. My only concern with having the diffuser out on hookah balcony is that way you're locked into one plant spot versus if you come with the rest of your team through VIP up to vase, then you have the option of splitting off left to go into billiards, or you can split off right, whichever side gets cleared out better. You can pick and choose your spot, but that behind the bar spot, if you're going to go for that kind of a push with that many people pushing up through VIP, all it takes is someone with a shotgun playing exactly like they did against that billiards wall. You probably want someone either on big window inside of billiards or pushing through aquarium on a silent flank.
And in that case, the Jaeger actually had the flank. So that was the extra angle that they had to watch for in 90.
Yep.
We're like, you should be pretty glad that he didn't do more work to you. Obviously, losing the glass and still being able to plant is good, but in Siege, you don't get anything for planting the diffuser. You get it when you win the round. And even with that, just at least being able to plant it is great, nice and all, but I don't know if you want to rely on these sorts of plays. Like, you have to, it just seems like Pain have to have overwhelming numbers to beat Immortals on their site pushes specifically. Because, the Jaeger's not here, the site has barely one person on it, yeah, we can push. But when you don't do that sort of isolation, then they can just descend on you. And it comes down to these 1v1 fights where, or 2v1 in that case as well. Shouldn't have happened. That's now 2 rounds that Immortals are able to sneak away from Pain just off of pure player skill and experience.
So again, the drone's coming out, and Pain seem to be falling into the same kind of trap they have for the last 4 rounds, honestly, which is continuously circle the exterior of the map, but never really push in and grab some map control and flush anyone out. And I imagine this time around it'll be Cyber staying upstairs instead of trying to go for that kitchen vault out the window into an inevitable Claymore. Got a rappel upside down right now. Looks like it's from Spawns. No, FK1 on the buck outside of the hookah window. He's looking to pop open the window and also down through the floorboard, so a nifty angle in towards the front end of the bar, but he won't be able to clear out the backside of the bar on that specific angle, and he'll fall off immediately.
Yeah, just realizing they can't really defeat the Jaeger in the back. Usually what happens is the Zofia actually takes up that position. It's just much easier to play the tarp or the window where you can stun lock players in the back and destroy the shield instantly, which in my opinion is kind of a misuse of your utility that you have available to you. And this allows just Immortals to kind of stay calm and play whatever advantage they have, and especially the biggest advantage that you have as defender is pure time. The calls are going to come out, and it's going to give away Novi's position for just a bit. A noticeable lack of mute in the matchup so far, but not the end of the world. No real negatives are going to happen to Immortals. Spawn's going to watch the staircase from above, but he actually has no idea that the Vigil is right up behind him, and Novi's going to activate that ERC, and he'll find a free kill on Spawns. The Zofia now useless, just milliseconds before the call comes up from Norden. Damage done here to him through the smoke, but Revolts is going to go in to go for the plant. Little damage done as actually the Yokai does not stop the diffuser from being planted, but GCR Norden, the last 2 alive versus the 5 full HP players of Immortals, and what a shot from Novi's. He's looking for one more, and there we go. He'll get the down and the kill. Novi's with a beautiful bit of play on the Vigil, just sneaking around and even being the spearhead of the fight from Immortals. 4-1 advantage.
It's kind of hard to analyze these rounds without sounding like a broken record. But Pain, again, not electing to go upstairs and try and clear anyone out. And you could see the retake potential when you're not clearing out members upstairs.
Yep.
And then the affordability for Navis to continuously maneuver around the map with ease. There's no one holding flanks. There's no one holding common rotates. Navis has been allowed to move anywhere on the map with no resistance.
Here's my question. Why were all your players stacked up on the entrance to the bar? You have a location where this is a site in Blue and Sunrise. We're taking the top floor, actually awards you with a pretty good post-plant position by the window, right, in hookah. You see that there's a Jaeger behind a shield in hookah. bring the Zofia, smash the shield, push him away at least. Take control of the top floor, have control of blue stairs. Once you have that, you start working on maybe doing damage. The IQ has to be close to kill the yokai. That's her job at the end of the round. That was a failure. But the Dokkaebi is the one that's going in for these sorts of plays, for planting. She was even the operator that was staying behind. The IQ was the one that was going for the plant, and then was able to escape at the end of it. It's just, these sorts of things are like, maybe you should be focusing more on this, and if you take control of the top floor, then it gives you such a huge advantage. It's with every map, but I feel, as again like a broken record, this is Coastline. It's actually extremely simple to think about it. Are you attacking the top floor? Make sure you clear the bottom one. Are you attacking the bottom floor? Make sure you clear out the top one. It's that simple, and if you don't, then this sort of stuff is going to happen. When it works for you just to push up and do the damage, it looks great, but it's not something that you should really feel comfortable with, because that's not what's going to happen more often than not. You're going to need to clear it. You're going to need to go through the checklist.
The biggest problem for me is that it looks like Pain just aren't experienced and aren't well practiced on Coastline, but then we see the most often played map and the fewest banned map in Latin America is Coastline. So I'm quite quizzical as to what's going wrong here for Pain, if this is a norm for them on Coast, or if this is a norm for them in general, because we've seen them in other games. I mean, they're 6-6 against INTZ brings to mind on Bank, where they look like they were able to clear the map quite well. You know, they actually had a good roam clear on a map like Bank.
Yep.
That is a more difficult map to roam clear than Coastline, and yet it seems like tonight, Pain just don't have their heads in the game, and they cannot get a roam clear down to save their lives.
No.
And it really is in a position where they need to save their lives. They're in an auto-relegation spot, and if they keep trending the way they are, although Spawns will try and put a stop to it momentarily, as he'll drop Cyber.
It's a bit of info. Nobody actually dies. You know, you're not actually, like, literally saving your life.
Okay, yes.
But somebody's going to say, like, what? I didn't know there was, like, a Roman Coliseum. This is Pro League, okay? There you go. Norden's going to actually try for the same setup as before. A stun lock onto PX. The smoke is being thrown from behind. Oh, no, this is the problem this time. Oh, PX does so much damage to himself. Novi's actually drops in from above the window and finds 2 free kills. The Sophie had already used up all her utility, and now the Dokkaebi is dead as well. The Diffuser is being watched by every member, or at least the 4 remaining members of Immortals, and Pain are being watched as we speak. This is not great! Oh, Revolts with a shot onto Bullet, but will it be enough, Rob? All the setup here is going the way of Immortals, and they're going to prepare for the incoming assault as the drones come in to scout.
Remember what we said about clearing the top floor?
Mm-hmm.
Navi's jumps down, is allowed free purview upstairs, as he's been allowed all game. You have 1 remaining yokai, and you still have X-Kairos pellets now coming out on the exterior of the wall. I think this is the first time we've seen X-Kairos pellets detonate all game. Oh, a great frag grenade, though, from GCR as he'll rush into the kitchen doorway, eliminating PX. There goes your smoke, but pressing right up against the breach hole now. M-King collects a kill onto Revolt, and now they'll have to push into the service door, but it'll be Navi's and M-King tagging in for 1 apiece, and it's Immortals up 5-1 at the half. Purely dominant so far against Pain tonight on Coastline.
But I thought this was an attacker-sided map.
It used to be.
Yeah, let's see what's going to happen here on the attack. Immortals will go there, and will they pick the Dokkaebi to have a mirror of Pain's rounds? Actually, Pain never changed their lineup.
Nope.
Be Jackal? No, there was a Jackal played. And there was her switch to IQ outside of Jackal. So they did have 1 change. The Dokkaebi was the constant with Buck, Sofia, and Habana.
They brought a Glass for 30 seconds of 1 round.
Before he got shot by the bandit. Sniped, actually.
Yep.
Yeah. Hey, I know we're having, like, we're having a bit of a pass. But, man, it's painful. No. Actually, I never thought about the pun. Okay.
I was gonna say, don't even.
No pun intended. Like, I'm not kidding. This is like the definition of painful.
It is. It's really unfortunate to watch it go down like this for Pain, considering they've had a rough go this season. They've made a change here. Norden started off in the first couple rounds doing okay, but I mean, he's in plant position. He's not really supposed to get a lot of kills. Even on a Dokkaebi with a weapon like the CZ-75 where you can collect a lot of kills, he's still filling in that same role that Gabrielus was filling in, which was the intention was never to garner a massive amount of picks. It was play your role as an anchor and as a support player and a planter efficiently. So I think he's done okay at that. I think the strategy surrounding Norden right now on Pain, though, is just insufficient. They're not clearing for map control, and then they'll head to the defense now, or maybe they'll have a better luck on a roam game of their own. Maybe Immortals fall into the same trap of being unable to clear the map, but for right now, it looks like Immortals are heavily in the driver's seat.
LATAM PL, know your role. Maybe some people will get that reference for a quite old wrestling game. There you go.
I don't even get it.
It's an old wrestling game.
Okay.
It was a really good one. I remember it. Maybe somebody remembers it. I get messages every now and then. I was like, thank you for this reference that is as old as time itself. Very, very great. But MKing watching for maybe potential run out, and Novice will actually find the kill on FK1. So now your castle's lost. The Jaeger has taken around 30% damage. The Valkyrie up close to spawns will get one out of it. It's interesting how many of these players that are usually the aggressive ones on the Valkyrie and with the MPX that run the angle grip, and no spots, so close.
Aggressive run out there consecutively. Oh, he just spotted one on his cams. I believe that was Norden. Either Revolts or Norden checking cameras inside, but now there's a flank coming out from spawns in the hallway, and it seems like this information has been relayed to MKing and PX as they both lay in wait on the door, waiting for spawns, and they'll bang them through the wall. Spawns will fall, a headshot collected on the penetration, and that is MKing collecting yet another one with the IQ. Norden now will disintegrate this kitchen surface door, and he can go for a run out here on Bullet, who has no idea, but the cover now coming up from MKing down below.
It's a great position, a great timing for the IQ to come in and basically hold things down. But the buck is available. They have to clear the ADS, and that's where the Habana is going to come in. The grenade actually exploding right in the face of Norden, just right in front of him with no damage done. There's quite a bit of time here for the defense to work with and for the attackers to kind of set up around. The ADS has been burned. Skyros are already up. GCR will find a kill on PX. Eliminate the Habana, but her job is already done. She was taken away at the lobby doorway. Norden still with a shotgun, so close. Still has one remote gas nade as well. He'll find a free kill on Bullet. It just rushes in, and the smoke as well. A semi-perfect timing, but MKing is able to come in. There's one player behind the reinforced wall here in the kitchen right behind B, but MKing is waiting on Cyber's reinforcement to just sit back, relax, and go for the plant. There's a soft wall right next to him. Revolt's going in for the peek. Wonder if he has a yokai available for this one. GCR for the go for the pre-fire through the wall, but it's also far away. The diffuser's already been planted with no information. The smoke does just enough work. And now Cyber and MKing are just going to sit back and relax in their post-plant positions. The Jaeger, a free kill for MKing. Cyber rotating into the kitchen. And again, it's the Echo on whichever team it might be. Now we'll have to clutch things out, but the flank is coming up from the Jackal. And that 50 rounds in the magazine for the PDW. Going to meet an easy two-shot to kill the Echo. It has to fight everywhere against them. And a quick peek, a hit fire from Cyber. We'll finish things off. Immortals, 6-1.
Looking to lock things up and put this game in a body bag, and they've already guaranteed themselves 1 point. They're looking to grab all three. So Pain again in dire straits right now as far as their performances. Their roam was also picked apart pretty well there by Immortals. Spawns gets one kill on an unsuspecting Zofia turning the corner inside of Aquarium, but outside of that, it's a pretty easy lockout for the rest of the round there. A good job there from both Cyber and MKing. I like that split up there from Cyber as well, going for a very long jog all the way over to Sunrise and flanking in behind the Echo, and then just comes down to a very, very interesting and impressive angle being held by MKing just to see the top of the head of the Jaeger turn the planter outside of that Lamborghini doorway, collect the kill, start to wrap things up, and it looks like Immortals are going to run away with this one in a timely fashion, as we're 1 round away on the side of Immortals from garnering a full 3 points out of this matchup. And honestly, if it wasn't for that one plant going down in the midst of smoke and MKing's pre-fire missing by millimeters, this could have been a 7-0 already.
I mean, no, they ended up winning that round.
Yeah.
I think it was the bar round, the very first one that Immortals went through.
True.
but close enough, actually.
Yeah.
3 rounds got pretty darn close. One of them was one out by Pain. That's the only one that they have on the board. But with how efficient the attack was the previous round, it's not bueno. The problem with this is that you're not playing on Oregon, where rotations are going to be much more difficult later in the round for the attackers, and where the yokai and the Echo in general can just do quite a bit of work if the attackers are isolated one by one. In here, the rotations and the soft destruction are going to be essential for the attackers. And if used correctly, your retakes are that are already extremely difficult on the kitchen. They're going to be a bit more complicated, that's for sure. Spawn just roaming around early on the Valkyrie, and he has the support of the Pulse just early on. GCR setting up the cameras, just making sure that maybe he can find some sort of run out as he watches in from the top in the bedroom.
Deploying sensor.
So again, a little bit of map control being held right now. And FK1 on the cardiac sensor, but it's going to be Navi's. He's going to detect it. Oh, good call there to drop Navi's from GCR. The tandem of the cardiac sensor with the firepower of the 416. GCR and FK1 is a duo inside of theater right now. A tight angle being held, and Bullet deals a lot more damage than he receives on that one to GCR. But a trade in damage nonetheless, and you're still down a man if you're Immortals. The pinch needs to come out, and they need to lock down the rotations. And Nitro Cell will be launched out. Looks to just be opening up. Yeah, a kill hole into the doorway. It wasn't intended to claim a victim at all, but now when Bullet turns the corner inside of Hall of Fame, he'll have an MPX from down below to contend with, but GCR collects the kill onto PX off screen. Now GCR will finally be traded out from Bullet, who had gone for a rotation. Still inside of Hall of Fame, has to be quite wary of spawns looking up through those kill holes in the floor, so Immortals, for the first time in this match, honestly, sat on their back foot.
I'm King in the meantime just trying to look around for any utility, ADSs, yokai drones, you name it. Just to snipe away. Cyber will find a kill on FK1. It's a pretty good kill here on the Pulse. And I wonder if the Pulse actually had used his C4 earlier. We saw the one set that had been used by the Valkyrie to open up an extra angle up from the kitchen. And Norden's going to set up our 90. That shotgun is devastating up close and actually can have some pretty cool long-range shots. And M-King on the spawns watching by the blue bar desk. Something that we see someone like Joystick doing quite a bit. So it is infectious. Revolts with a peek and actually traded off. Cyber is taken down on the floor, but it leaves only Norden alive. With just enough time, there might be enough here to go salvage Cyber and continue for the push. The quick peek and fire from Norden, still not enough to take away M-King. He knows there's a player coming around on 90, but pre-fire from M-King is going to slow them down. And already Cyber has been picked up. Oh, he's waiting for the smoke. This can do so much work, but no, they back off. They know that they have the time, and Norden is setting up with the shotgun. Grenade lobbed right into him, and he's barely alive, and the quick shot from Bullet finishes things off. Ladies and gentlemen, Immortals with a 7-1 victory against Pain Gaming. What an absolutely one-sided game.
That was just a clinic from Immortals, and we get an IQ Elite animation here at the end.
I love it.
Well done from M-King in that entire game, whether it was on the Echo or on the IQ. Beautiful work throughout the entirety of the match. So that's Immortals coming away with the win. Yeah, Immortals coming away with the win 7-1. Pain falling once again. They'll remain in their 8th spot at the bottom of the standings in Latin America. So yeah, that's going to wrap it up. Again, Pain on Coastline, just unable to really clear out the map. As, I guess there was some music playing in the background.
It was good music. I thought it was from the IQ Elite. Like,
I thought it was the IQ Elite too. I'm not going to lie. I thought it was the Elite skin.
One thing I have to say, this is going back to Invitational, but I'd like to